Another one, this trade-off is interesting. It's latency versus accuracy. What this means is if you have a system with very low latency, like we said, is when you get a request, the time taken for the system to respond to the request is called latency. So internally, it might be making IO calls, it might be processing things, whatever be the case, the system takes some time. The worst part for latency is if you are blocked on some resources. If you are blocked on another database call, okay, you're in a queue, you are waiting for some data to be pulled from the database, and then you'll send a response. That's again wasted effort or time being wasted, right? So you want to avoid too much blocking, but at the same time, you can't avoid it, right? So what you want to do is you want to use a trade-off of latency versus accuracy. What would be an example for this? Instead of the database, you first go to the cache. Okay, so you didn't put all your eggs in one basket. You called both functions, DB and cache. DB took too long. Cache gave you a response. It gave you a response of, let's say, 30. And in DB, the actual answer was 31. So you make a educated call and you look at 30 and you say, I didn't get the response of 31. That's going to take time. I don't care. I'm just going to give a response back quickly in 1 millisecond. Okay, the DB call might have taken me 10 milliseconds to finish. You're seeing that this is exactly what happened when we are talking about memory versus latency, right? It took more memory. The cache obviously takes some memory to reduce latency. But here, you've also lost out on accuracy. You could have got the answer of 31 if you had waited, but you're okay with the answer of 30. A slightly older value, let's say. So you let go of some accuracy. In this case, accuracy is directly data consistency. But the reason I have mentioned accuracy and not consistency is because of this. If you send a request, the system can send you an approximate response also. What do I mean by this? Let us say you get a request for liking a video. Okay, so there is database for videos, and that database has for every video how many likes the video contains. It also has how many dislikes the video contains. And it has the number of views of the video. Now, if I send you a request that I'm liking the video, maybe you take this and you put it in a queue of DB requests which are going to be populating this database. Now you get a request of get likes for the video. What do you think will happen? I could go through this entire queue, see the number of likes for that video, then go to the DB, see the number of likes for that video and give you a response. I could also cache this in my server. But instead what I'm going to do is I'm going to sacrifice accuracy. I'm going to say, I don't care about how many likes this video has right now. How many likes did the video have earlier is the question. So right now the video has 100,000 views, 100K views. Earlier the video had 1K views. How many likes did it have then? It had 10 likes. Now I don't know how many likes it has. I know that the views are 100K. Okay, that's in the cache. So what I can do instead of counting likes is just say 10 into 100K divided by 1K is the total number of likes I'm going to send back. Okay, I did some calculation, I did some approximation. Basically, I said the ratio of likes is still the same. That's an assumption. And I just send it back. So I said this, the K's cancel each other out. This should be at 1000 likes. I say the likes response is 1000. Is this accurate? No. Is it fast? Really, really fast. Okay. I don't need to store the number of likes. I don't need to count that. There is no expiry to it. There's nothing. I just gave a very fast response because I know the number of views in the video. I can also make another guess. I don't know the number of views in the video, but you sent me this request 10 seconds later. So the video started 1 hour ago and 10 seconds ago, the video had 1K views. Now, in 10 seconds, how many views will it have? I don't know. We can calculate this number. Based on this, how many likes will it have? I don't know. We can calculate this number. And so you have a rough approximation looking at a past state of how many likes this video should have right now. Even worse as an approximation compared to this. Because this was based on actual data of number of views. Here we are guessing the number of views and based on that guessing the number of likes. The important thing to notice here is not the methodology. The important thing to notice here is that I am making guesses. I am either giving you inconsistent data or most importantly, I'm giving you inaccurate data for the sake of latency, low latency. Now, is it okay for your system to have this inaccurate data? In some cases, yes. In some cases, no. Obviously, in a transaction, you're not going to allow this, like a bank transaction. You will not even allow this when a person is saying, just show me my balance, because the person might get a heart attack, right? This level of inaccurate data is okay with many systems though. Okay, and I'll take example of Google Maps here. The basic idea being that Google Maps will tell you if a street is broken, okay, but it cannot process all of the data in that street before making that decision. What is probably going to happen is that it's going to sample through some of the data, meaning 10 folks send their average speeds in a particular section of road. Okay, so for this road, this is speed number 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The system knows by looking at the history of the road that the average speed is 20 kilometers per hour. And today it's going at 2 kilometers per hour. There's obviously something wrong. Do you need to go through all 5 requests to do this? Maybe not. Or rather, if these 5 go all the way to 500, you can take 10% of the requests. Okay, so out of 500, only 50 requests go through. You see the average speed, and that comes out to be 2 kilometers per hour. Okay, you can send an alert that, hey, this section of the road is broken for any person who's driving over there. Important thing to note is that this could be inaccurate. It could be that the sample that you have chosen, the 50 requests, are all extremely slow drivers, or they did something stupid. They had to stop on the side or something. But it is inaccurate. However, it is fast. You didn't need to crunch through 500 requests or 50,000 requests, 50,000 data points. You instead took a small sample size, made a decision based on that. So that's about low accuracy, low latency. And if you want to increase accuracy, which is almost always a good thing, then you also have to increase latency.